This package is not from Integrated Engineering. What it is a pretty exciting product offered by a place called Propulsive Motorsports. Now, what Propulsive does is a lot of Audi stuff, a lot of German car parts. It's actually a guy named Sasha who's from Germany himself. And one of the major things that he does is replace these little screens inside of gauge clusters. If you have an Audi or a Volkswagen, you have one of these screens, and if it's old, it's probably failed. They used LCD screens for these back in the day. That was just the way to do it. And they degrade and break down over time and look absolutely terrible. I was just going to leave it because I've had to pull gauge clusters out of cars before and it's miserable. But he got in touch with me and said, hey man, it's really easy to get that cluster out. Send it to me, I can fix it. That's what I do. So if you've got an Audi or Volkswagen with gauge cluster issues like this and this little screen's messed up, he's the guy to go to get it fixed. I'll leave a link to his shop or his website in the description below. He can also get really hard to find parts from Germany. Like he's got a B5 S4 that's got a completely carbon RS4 wide body, a carbon hood. It's got Gallardo disc brakes like from a Lamborghini. Really, really sick car. And he's got an A4 with like a giant Cummins turbo on it. That's his track car. So he knows what he's doing when it comes to Audis, and he builds really cool cars. Go give him a follow. I'll leave his Instagram in the description as well. And if you've got an issue with your screen, this is like the easiest thing to do. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually get this replaced. Let's go. You only need one tool to take these things out, literally one, and it is a Torx bit, looks like a T15 Torx, okay? That's all that you need, and you can have your gauge cluster out in an Audi. Really awesome. The clips that they use to plug this thing in are like ECU type clips, so you pull this little pink latch down, and that pulls the clip away from the gauge cluster, and then to put it back on, you pull it up, and that pushes it back in. So that just keeps everything nice and tidy. It's a really nice kind of clip, probably pretty expensive, but I love these things because they don't break like the other Audi clips that you've probably broken all of on your car. So yeah, we're gonna plug these in real quick, and then I'll push this into place, and I'll show you where those screws go. You gotta be a little bit aggressive because, well, actually I didn't have, okay, I guess I did it right that time. The first time I had to kind of pull on it a good bit and move this around. That time it worked out pretty well. I've got the blue and gray in. I'm doing the green one last because it's the shortest and it doesn't really want to move around a whole bunch. So this is the trick to getting the green one in. You kind of have to pull the gauge cluster over to the left. That'll get you to a place where you can push the green one in. And that's good. Taking it out. If you're taking yours out, this probably goes without saying, I guess, but it's the reverse. So you pull the two screws, wiggle the dash out, and then take the three plugs out, and you're done. Then you pack it up, ship it to Sasha. He replaces the screen and sends it back to you, and you plug it back in, and hopefully it works. I have never seen this. I've never tested it, so we're going to test it today, and it should work. Something I'm noticing already that I really like is the screen. The new screen is a gloss finish instead of like a satin or matte finish that the normal LCD screens are, so I'm pretty excited about that. It looks a lot more modern. It looks a lot cleaner too. All right, let's see. I'm gonna take you guys in here for this. Okay, so got the key and okay. My sons get in the car and like play with a bunch of stuff, and then it just goes crazy when I turn it on. You will see I have a check engine light. That is something I have to clear just from all the work I've been doing. I'm not sure if the airbag light is a thing. We'll see. Yeah, so I've got to figure this airbag light out. You guys may be able to help me with this actually because I didn't have an airbag light. I just pulled my seat out and put the seat back in, and now there's an airbag light. So if you know how to get rid of that, let me know. But this is great. When stationary, apply brake while selecting gear. Apply brake while selecting gear is because of a bunch of people in America in the 90s that were changing gear with their foot on the gas instead of the brake and running their Audis into stuff. They filed a massive lawsuit, and said it was a faulty thing where the car would randomly go into drive, and actually they had their foot on the gas instead of the brake. So that's why that says that. Every time you get in a Volkswagen or Audi, that's why it tells you to put your foot on the brake. It's because of all that stuff that happened in the 90s where people were running them into people just because they didn't know how to put their foot on the brake. All right, I guess that is a wrap. Thank you so much, Sasha and Propulsive Motorsports. This thing is awesome. It looks so much better having an actual working screen in this thing, and it's super bright. I'm really excited about this. I mean, it really does look great. So if you need your screen replaced, go check him out. His link's in the description below. You did notice a bunch of checks and stuff that came up, so that's what I'm actually going to tackle now, getting rid of all of those check lights and figuring this airbag thing out, maybe. Hopefully you guys can help me out with that. I've never seen that light in this car before. So you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching this. We're checking things off the list. As you can see, the CD player is being wired right now and figured out. Somebody did some serious wiring to this thing at some point in time to put like a system and stuff in it. So I'm having to kind of fix a little bit of that. So hopefully all of that will be done very soon and the car will have speakers and sound. I've got hardware to do on the outside and a little bit of just touch-up stuff, and then we'll be good to go. So I'm gonna start looking into this check engine stuff, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're really checking stuff off. It's Wednesday, so we're doing pretty good. I've got a few days before the giveaway's over to get this thing finalized and done. All right, I gotta go work. See ya.